Everyone says the same thing: go to college, get a degree, get a job. But what if that formula expired years ago? Because in today's world, that path doesn't guarantee success. Sometimes it just guarantees debt. One person graduates with a diploma and $60,000 of student loans. Another finishes a trade apprenticeship, no debt, real skills, and a paycheck already waiting. So what's really more valuable, education or experience? Let's talk about it. There was a time when a college degree meant something rare. It separated you from the crowd. It was a symbol of status, opportunity, and stability. It meant you had access to knowledge that the average person couldn't touch. But fast forward to now, and that advantage disappeared. Because degrees are everywhere, and experience runs the world again. You can sit in a classroom being taught business by someone who's never owned one, or write 10-page essays about research papers that someone else already wrote 10 years ago. It's education by repetition, not application. College didn't lose its value overnight. The world just evolved faster than the system teaching it. Let's talk math for a second, because math doesn't care about feelings. The average student loan debt in America, about $38,000. The average trade school cost, $15,000 to $20,000 total. And according to national data, only 46% of college grads actually work in the field they studied. That means over half spent 4 years chasing a degree, just to end up in a job that didn't require it. Even worse, 52% of recent graduates are underemployed. That means they're working in jobs that don't even require a bachelor's degree. So, if the purpose of education is to get ahead, why does the math say most people are just paying to catch up? We talk about higher education, but sometimes the only thing getting higher is the tuition. Most people don't even know how many trades exist. They think it's just plumbing, welding, or electrical work. But there are jobs out there that never even get mentioned in high school career talk. Take a tankerman, for example. Most people have no idea what that is, but it's a licensed mariner who transfers liquid cargo between ships and barges. Average salary? $80,000 to $120,000 a year. No degree, no dorm room, no student loan collector breathing down your neck. Or look at getting your CDL. A few months of training, a license in your pocket, and now your phone won't stop ringing. Because you're a solution. You're valuable. You're not chasing opportunities, they're chasing you. That's the difference. College teaches you to apply for value. Trades teach you to create it. And that's a whole different kind of education. Here's the part nobody wants to talk about. Sometimes the people hiring you don't want to hire you. You walk into that interview with your degree, proud and confident, and the person across the desk isn't a CEO or executive. He's a department manager who's been grinding his way up for a decade. He doesn't see your degree as potential. He sees it as competition. In a perfect world, the store manager hires the department manager, and the system makes sense. But in reality, it's often the department manager doing the hiring, and he's not looking for someone who might take his job in a year. He's looking for someone who will stay where he puts them. So now that expensive degree, the one that was supposed to open doors, becomes the reason one quietly closes. Because the system says education is power, but the people inside that system fear anyone who might actually use it. That's why, in a lot of corporations, you'll see people without degrees running the show. Not because they're smarter, but because they learned how the system actually works. The degree might get you the interview, but the grind gets you the respect. Now don't get it twisted. College isn't useless. It still has a place when purpose matches the path. If you're becoming a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, or a teacher, then yes, college is non-negotiable. You need that structured education, that certification, that path. But if your dream doesn't require a license, then maybe what you need isn't a degree, it's direction. Because let's be real, a lot of people didn't go to college because they wanted to learn. They went because they were scared of not going. Scared of judgment, scared of failure, scared of being the one that didn't follow the plan. But what happens when that plan stops working? What happens when 4 years later you realize you bought a ticket to a system that doesn't have room for you? Here's the truth. The system told us to chase titles instead of tools, to measure intelligence in credits instead of capability, to follow paths that make us look successful, even if they don't make us feel successful. We stopped asking, "What's my purpose?" and started asking, "What looks respectable?" But here's the twist. The world doesn't pay you for what looks good. It pays you for what works. And the trades, they still work. Because every house still needs power. Every truck still needs a driver. Every ship still needs a tankerman. Meanwhile, the degree system keeps producing more people than it can employ. Not because people got lazy, but because the rules changed and no one updated the playbook. Maybe it's not college versus trade school. Maybe it's dream versus debt. Because both paths take work, but only one of them rewards you faster for knowing your worth. You can spend 4 years studying success or 2 years building it. At the end of the day, education isn't the problem. The price tag is. So before you take out another loan, ask yourself one question. Are you buying opportunity or just renting hope? And that's what really makes you think.